What's up, John?
Not much. How you doing, Nick?
Oh, it's full of anxiety.
Yep, trying to figure out if we can know when to start because it always cuts the beginning off.
Yeah. How was your week?
It was good. Not as busy as yours, but it was all right.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah, mine was quite an adventure. I went to the AI Engineer World's Fair in San Francisco. What a conference! There was
That's not the same as the 250 fair that's going on in Washington, right? It's not like a mirror fair.
It is not
Okay.
because it's competent. It was a very well run conference. I spoke at it. A speaker did not fall on me. I was not in danger of
All that
it collapsing on me, so that's good.
stage was good.
Yeah, and there's a big difference too between the two.
Yeah.
There was like 7,000 people at this one, and I think there was 7 people at that.
All right. So you had to fly out there Sunday, or did you fly early Monday?
My daughter's birthday was on Sunday, so I went to Wicked on Sunday.
That's right.
And I had to
That's right.
fly Monday morning and then give a workshop Monday as well, which ended up working out okay. The conference was gracious enough to move the workshop from noon to like 4:30.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I didn't know that until I landed. So I was like frantically, and for some reason, like I always have Starlink on my flights to San Francisco. I had
Oh, really?
no internet to speak of on this flight, so I was just like, I'm just sitting there like sweating, like, are we gonna be okay?
So what was your talk about?
Yeah, it was a workshop, and it was called "Lifestyles of the AI Native," and it was my colleague Zach and I talking about basically the real stuff that we do every day, and like we built like some exercises around that, including an MCP coach that would guide you through the workshop as we're giving it and kind of be there to coach. We only had an hour, so we were like, how can we make this go faster? It's like, oh, we can talk about things in parallel while you're doing things and the agent is coaching you. Is kind of the way that we went with that, and I think it worked out pretty well. We had some great conversations, great follow-up. Lots of people came and talked to us afterwards and throughout the week, honestly, and yeah, it was a lot of fun, but it wasn't any like hype things. It was about like loops and stuff, but it's because like that's what I'm really doing, and I'm now regularly getting tasks that run for like 3+ hours that without me having to go intervene. And so it was talking about things like that. It was talking about using our voice with like WhisperFlow, or we in the workshop we recommended a tool called Handy at handy.computer because that's a free WhisperFlow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it runs all local models, so it's actually very
Ghost
capable.
Pepper.
Oh, okay, nice.
We talked about that, yeah.
Yeah. We set all of that up. We had talked about loops. We talked about like scheduled tasks and like when you would use goal and not subagents, dynamic workflows, and like the actual loop command that's in Claude.
Yeah, because those are all essentially the same or similar, right? Like
very.
Schedule is just a loop that's croned, right?
I mean, it's like every week on Monday morning, I want you to do this, and then the loop would be like every 3 minutes, or on some other trigger, and you can leave the trigger blank, and it'll figure it out.
Yeah,
wake up and do this, and then dynamic workflows is just like, I want you to do this now, and I want you to to spin up as many subagents as possible and work together, and it kind of builds like a state machine a little bit, or like some way to guide it that's not part of the model. So it's like building a script to force it to go forward in whatever direction for whatever task it's doing. It builds it on the fly, that whole workflow, which is really cool.
Yeah, I right before this, I had some article I wanted to go read that was about dynamic workflows because it was talking about them being more of almost building a custom harness. It's still Claude code, but it's almost like you're building a custom Claude code for certain dynamic workflows.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was interesting, so I thought I would check. Was going to check that out, but
Yeah. Definitely. Whoops. I think.
you're still there.
Am I here? Did it?
Yeah, I
Okay.
yeah. There's a lot of storms going on where Nick's at, so
Yep. Can you?
I can see you and I can hear you.
Okay. The UI just froze up. I love technology.
All
But I
right.
can still see and hear you. I was trying to share my screen, and now things are just like totally frozen. So maybe I can't do that today, but that's okay. So yeah, doing that. Dynamic workflows are that effectively. They're like building like an on the fly harness that'll run for any task that you need to do.
Yep.
They're awesome. Whew, they are token hungry though.
Yeah, that was the one thing I noticed.
Yeah. I think the last time I ran it, like overall it'll show you like the total number of tokens that all of the subagents combined are using.
Yeah.
And it was like 4 million or something. It
Whoa.
was yeah, it was a lot.
I hope that was an important task.
It was.
Wow.
Yeah. It's really storming here. Pretty awesome.
That's
I
crazy.
love storms. Yeah. So yeah, giving a talk at that workshop or giving that workshop at the conference was pretty awesome. We also had a booth there, so I was like on booth duty talking to people, and all of that was fun. Usually that's like a really good week. This is my 4th AI engineer conference that I've gone to.
Yeah.
But this one was a little extra special because I actually got an email that I had to read 3 times because I didn't believe it. That was like, hey, we have a private suite at the World Cup game, the USA versus Bosnia Herzegovina game. Do you want to go? And I read it like 3 times, and I'm like, yeah, I want
That's
to
awesome.
go. Yeah. So that was on Wednesday, and they picked us up from Moscone in like these limo bus things.
Yeah.
There's like 9 of them because they had 3 suites, and they drove us there. Which is the San Francisco 49ers play way outside of San Francisco.
Yeah.
It's like way south of San Jose. And so we drove all the way there, which was incredible. Riding in these buses with like all of these AI people, talking to them. On my bus in particular, I was talking to Ryan Dahl, who created Node and Dino.
Yeah.
And that was pretty fun. Then we walked in and we go to our separate, like we were pre-assigned to some suites, and they put this like wristband on you, and it's like super cool, like real fancy. We go in the room, and I like filmed myself like walking into the room, and it's just like there's 2 huge buffets. There's like a hot dog roller thing, so you can have as many hot dogs as you want. There's refrigerators with alcohol and soda and everything right there. They have champagne flowing. You've got like a person like taking care of it, so you can just ask them for help on things and all of that. And then you look over and like you can just see the field, and we were right behind the goal, right behind Bosnia's goal for the first half. And oh my god, it was so good. The seats, absolutely amazing. I've never been in a box like that before.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was so cool. And the people in this box were just some of the biggest like names in AI, and I got to just chat with them the whole game and pretend
awesome,
like I knew what was happening in soccer, which is great. I talked to people like Simon Willison, Tharek from Claude Code was there, Lee Robinson was there from Cursor, and Dex Horthy from Human Layer. I talked to some of the Latent Space podcast hosts about some of the stuff that they were doing, and then like just everyone was super fascinating. Base 10, I was talking to someone from Base 10, which I use to like get access to like the Chinese models, the open source open weight models. Super cool. And then looking over at the box to the left of us, you'll never guess who was in that box.
I don't know. I think you
You
told me, but
yeah.
I didn't wanna spoil it.
It was Sundar Pichai, the CEO of Google, and Sergey Brin, the creator of one of the co-founders of Google,
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
in the box next to us, which is crazy.
Yeah.
That was
So,
wild.
did the conference have the box?
Yeah.
Is that okay, they got it?
I don't know if they didn't have the box that they were in. I don't think.
I guess who was the conference, the ones who invited you to the box, or was
Oh
it
yeah, it was
Yeah,
the
yeah, okay.
conference. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And it was so cool. We watched the game, chatted, had a lot of fun. At the 75th minute, they gave us all gifts. Like if you're in the hospitality suites, they give you like an exclusive gift to take home.
Oh, wow.
And mine was it's like a framed patch that says like FIFA World Cup, and the patch itself is like a San Francisco patch that's like inside of like a glass or resin case thing.
Oh,
Yeah, it's really
that's
cool.
cool. Yeah,
Yeah. But the cool thing too is like the game ended, USA won 2-0,
yeah.
and uh like we got to stay in the suites for like 2 hours after the game,
Oh,
let
really?
everyone else clear out and traffic to lighten up a little
Yeah.
bit, and then we went back to those shuttles, and they took us back to Moscone, which my hotel was like a 2-minute walk from. So that
Oh,
was
that's
great.
awesome.
Yeah, it was so fun. What an experience. I couldn't believe it when it was happening, and I still can't believe it now. And I'm not even like a big soccer fan, but it was
Yeah,
a life experience
it's a
for sure.
good way to go see it.
Yeah, for sure.
For
Yeah.
for the conference,
Mhm.
what kinda crowd do you see at these? Do you see it mostly, like, heavy implementers, or is it, like, the full gamut?
The full gamut.
Yeah.
And this is like my favorite thing. And I was talking to people. Actually, some of our former colleagues were there, and I got to have dinner with them one night. And like I gave anyone who would listen, I was giving the advice of like, don't go to the talks. Don't like the one thing about AI engineer is that they put a ton of effort into the video production quality.
Mhm.
And so every talk is recorded and everything is on YouTube. So you can go watch these, and they're good
Sure.
audio, good video. You can watch them at 2x speed at your leisure. If the talk's not resonating, take off
Yeah.
and go watch another one. Go there for the people. Like 100% go to these conferences and go there to network and chat with the people
Yeah.
who are doing the cool shit. That's my advice at literally every conference, and this was no exception. And the people there, yes, there were researchers there were students there were people doing the stuff that I'm doing every day, and that was all super interesting. And then there were these people that were doing things that they're using AI in ways that like it just sounds so freaking cool to me.
Oh,
And
really?
you just like glean these conversations. I had a conversation with a guy at breakfast one day, and he's using AI to model like gene things for like a pharmaceutical company to like
Mhm.
research new drugs
Yeah.
like do like simulations with those drugs about I like literally I was barely keeping up, but like
Right.
that's part of the fun of it. And then like at the same table, another guy was like, oh yeah, I'm a just a software engineer, but I'm on this team with like these physicists, and we're like doing these models of airplane wings and the metal that they're made out of, and the way that physics changes when the planes are going Mach 10, and how
Oh, wow.
particles can literally hit the metals
Yeah.
molecules and like immediately oxidize them and rust them, which is not possible at rest or at lower
Right.
speeds, but at Mach 10 physics is different.
That's
And like
crazy.
yeah, so cool. And then another guy, like this was I had a couple conversations with this guy. He was working at a space company, and he was talking about using AI and specifically like voice, like modeling voices and listening to voices for like pitch or stress levels for like the space command center. So you can
Yeah.
say like, oh, flight's trying to escalate this thing, and AI can help surface that and bring it up higher, or
Yeah, yeah.
filter them in more, or they can like clone everyone's real voice, and then literally anyone can go run simulations with the real voices and
Oh, that's interesting.
yeah, like
Hmm.
these things that I just wouldn't even think of, but
Right. Yeah.
they're literally trying to solve these like I don't know. I work for a dev tools company, so I'm always like, I'm a developer's developer, like working on
Yeah,
those
yeah,
problems. And this is like, we're trying to send someone to the moon, and like, how are we going to do
right.
that? And how can we use AI? Or physics changes at Mach 10. That's not something I think about every day. Like, wow.
Yeah, no, that's actually really cool.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So go talk to people at these conferences. That's my advice.
Yeah. So you did your workshops. It was successful. You got to go see the World Cup. Anything else happen on the trip?
Um, no, I think those were like the main highlights. I didn't make it to any talks, except for my own. I was mostly like doing a lot of booth duty, so
Right.
um, that's a big part of it. But yeah, I didn't. I also like probably wouldn't have. I just hang out and talk to people. Excuse me, which is great. Great for doing booth duty.
Yeah, yeah.
um, but that's not the only thing that happened this week in AI. Like that was a big thing, and a lot of big companies and people and names in AI were there. But some big news happened this week as well.
I know you gave me the lowdown so I could go post it into the company chat before anybody knew what was going on. So
Which one was
Fable,
that?
yeah, the Fable getting released again,
Yeah, Fable's
which
back.
yeah, which I mean, it wasn't. We're still on the fence because of the there's a different data retention policy for it than there is for the other models, just because they're trying to
Mhm.
check if you're trying to jailbreak the model or not, and et cetera. So we haven't really opened it up, but uh, personally, on my personal account, I've given it a try on a handful of things, but I don't know. It eats through tokens so fast that I'm just like, I don't really need this for this.
They did, and it does, and that is a concern. And I've seen reports that honestly I haven't played with it a ton since it came out. I just haven't been at my computer much.
Yeah.
Um, but I've seen reports that like, people running evals across or against it and stuff that it does feel a little more nerfed than last time.
Mm.
And it was already pretty nerfed, I think, last time because like I would ask it basic questions, and I'm like, "Oh, this like this is a bug. You shouldn't do this." And it's like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! We can't be talking about bugs here. We gotta go to Opus." Is like literally what it would do. That it, I'm literally not trying to hack with it, but I ran into it like
Right.
3 times before, and I imagine that I will a lot next week.
Yeah.
um, but yeah, no, it's cool. I'm glad that it's back. Um, it's interesting because it's also like only going to be in preview until like July 7th or something, or I don't know when. Maybe not July 7th. That's only like 4 days away. But if you're on like a Teams or like a Mac subscription,
Yeah.
you'll only get it until a certain time, and then it'll be shut off.
I didn't think it was shut off. I thought it just went to the API billing is
Or
what it
that's yeah.
yeah.
Sorry,
Which, to be fair, is
for a lot of people,
essentially
is
like
it's shut
yeah,
off.
it's like,
Yeah,
"Alright." I think that's also the thing that kept me away from it as well. It's like, I don't wanna I don't wanna use this and be like, "Oh my god, this is amazing," and then when it's gone, I can't use it. Because 'cause I'm not I don't have anything that I'm gonna pay right now that I'm gonna pay API billing for,
yeah,
yeah, so I think just sticking with Opus is probably okay for me.
yeah, for sure.
Did you see post about how its internal monologue was leaked? Are you still there, Nick? Because your video went out. I think we lost Nick. I think the Storms won. Maybe we'll come back. We'll see. I'm gonna leave for now and follow up with Nick.
I think we had some problems. All right. Well, you there?
Yeah.
The storm got me.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said I assumed that the storm finally got you, so,
Oh yeah.
um, but, yeah, what I was saying was, so there was a I don't know if it was a leak or what, but essentially somebody posted on Reddit, like, this weird output from Fable,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like a lot it looked like a lot of graph stuff, and then interesting things like the model essentially saying data data go, and it was and saying using the like turn stuff like phew, and it's talking about it's almost like how your mind would work while you're working through a problem is what it looked like, but I thought that was pretty funny.
Really.
Yeah, I'll share the link if I thought I had it up, but apparently I can't control Windows, so I don't know where it went.
I have noticed some changes though, in the little work that I have done, and it was using Fable, but I've heard that it's also on Opus and all of that. Um, it does this weird timeout thing now, because it's like I would notice, like I was working the booth and I was like asking it to go do things, and then I would just like come back to it later, like hours later,
Yeah.
and I would see like it continued this conversation, and it was like, oh, it looks like you're gone. I'll continue in this way or something. Like it's so
Oh, no, I saw this as well.
yeah.
So this and it wasn't Fable, it was I don't know if it was Sonnet 5 or if it was just Opus, but it essentially asked questions, and I was doing something else, and I hadn't got back to it yet, and it's like, "I'll just go ahead and go." It was like it was like I waited 60 seconds or 90 seconds, I can't remember. I'm just gonna go ahead and go with this. I do think that it chose to do some things that it could do without that answer.
Hmm.
And then when I got back, I could answer. I don't think it just took made an assumption and was like, "Oh, I'll just do this." But I do, yeah, I definitely saw that where it was like, "I'm not gonna wait for your answer. I'm gonna go do these other things," which fi fine, I guess that's okay, but yeah, we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. Yeah. I was just looking at what, like, I just asked it to do something and it was like, what did it say? Uh, oh, it says, before you run, 3 calls I made while you were away, which are easy to reverse. I approve the full scope. And then it like listed 2 other things that it's like planning to do now that it just like was
I
like,
just went ahead and approved the whole thing. That's interesting. We'll
yeah,
see how that goes.
yeah, hopefully that's okay. Yeah, so that's an interesting thing, and it's like messing with some of the like skills and stuff that I use a little bit, because they're waiting on me for things, and
Yeah.
um I gotta I gotta figure out what to do in those cases. So I'm playing around with it a little bit, but yeah, the other thing is Sonnet 5 came out this
Yep.
week.
That
I
I
haven't
have
tried
been
it.
using. I've
Yeah,
been
it
using
does
it.
look
Seems fine.
interesting. Yeah,
Yeah.
seems better than Sonnet 4, less good than Opus 4.8 in some cases, but a good alternative for everything. So yeah, I don't
Yeah, I'm
know. I have
trying to get
nothing to
out of the
report.
habit. For the longest time, I would put it on Opus 4.8 and it would be there no matter what I was doing.
Hmm.
Outside of the times when ever it would run code review or something and it would have agents use lower models, but yeah, there's things that I have it do that are not Opus worthy, quite frankly, and I should probably be using Sonnet or something for that, so I'll probably give that more of a try.
Yeah. I just brought up, I'm sharing my screen now that it works. And they did also release this. So it's a new configuration that you can add, and it's for an advisor.
Okay,
Uh,
so it's a config you add.
yes. And it's a new experimental tool. Um, and with it, you can have it pick a stronger model for key moments during a task, so that
Okay.
those, like, it can spend the money where the money should be spent, and then let you run the cheaper models. Where it can get away with that because it's a basic task or something, and you just enable it with the /advisor command or setting advisor model, which I don't understand. I haven't run it yet, to be clear.
Yeah.
But if I run like advisor Opus and I set it to Opus, does that mean that the advisor is going to run in Opus?
Your selection is saved to your setting. It persists across sessions. Yeah, I don't know. Chrome does not support the advisor. That seems. You would think. Oh, here maybe this is. Okay, so
the advisor must be at least as capable as the main model. So if you're running Fable, the advisor has to be in Fable.
Huh. Oh, okay. So if you're on a model and you say you did. If I was on Opus and I said, "Oh, /advisor haiku," it'd be like, "Yeah, no."
Mm-hmm.
I think. Yeah. Okay. I did notice, like at the very top, this is not super useful for me in my day job because it doesn't work on Bedrock.
Claude decides when to call the advisor. It tends to consult before committing to an approach. When an error keeps recurring and before declaring a task done, but the timing is model driven. Okay. So, when it's doing that, if I was running Sonnet and I had the advisor set to Fable, then it would consult with Fable on those higher, those like higher value tasks before doing it to see if that's the right approach, and then continue on. That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So I see no reason not to enable this. Although I don't know, would consulting Fable be good if I'm running Fable all the time?
Probably not. But yeah, like I get why it doesn't work on Bedrock, but that kind of limits my ability to use it. The Sonnet usage, I've only used it today a little bit, and it's done a good job. So I might actually use Sonnet 5 a bit more, just because not that I'm trying to currently. Well, on my personal, actually on the work one, I probably start using it a bit more. On the personal one, because I have the max plan, I just kind of pay attention to where I'm at in my 5-hour usage and then figure it out from there. I have a couple of loops that I've been running. So those I have to pay attention to, and they're not open-ended in the sense of, although I think I may have a few that are open-ended. So I do have a couple of loops where it's just running in the background and it'll check something every 15 minutes and decide if it needs to fix something or plan something. But those have been pretty good, pretty cool, and pretty useful. Nice. Essentially, it just allows you to work the tool from a different tool. In this case, like I can essentially feed a ticketing system information, and if that information is good enough, it'll run with it, and if it's not good enough, then it'll take the information and try to write out a plan, and then essentially say, hey, here's a plan, you can decide if you want to go and execute this when you're actually back.
Yeah.
So I think that's a kind of a cool use case for loops in a standard software developer setup.
Yeah, I like that.
Another thing that came out was Claude Tag. So that's the and you said you used this, didn't you?
I did. Kind of accidentally. I just asked. I asked in our Slack if Claude Tag was available, and then in that thread, I opened a thread and just said, "Hey Claude, are you like?" Because I saw that I could mention Claude.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Hey Claude, is this you? Are you Claude Tag?" And I was like, "Yes, I am. What would you like to do?" And I gave it something. I forgot what the task specifically was, but it did run a PR or create a PR for me. Granted, it was pretty straightforward and simple. It wasn't like it immediately made me think, oh, this is just Devin. Now I get it.
Yeah.
Which might or might not be the case. I think it is very close to Devin. Maybe Devin's a little more configurable, or maybe not. I don't know. But like it needs access to tools and things, right, to be able to do things
It's gotta have
appropriately.
access to your I mean, it's gotta know how to access your code base and all that good stuff, right? So I assume somebody in your company had to have set it up
Yes.
and given it access to source control systems, etcetera.
Yep. Oh,
Yeah,
that's what I did. I gave it. I've been working on a SDK for Electron, um, and so I have that out there. It's like a in a private repo right now. I'll flip
yeah,
it to public once I've like vetted the DX on it. But I gave Claude Tag, like said, I didn't even like give it the repo. I just said, hey, this is like, go do it, look at it, and or go look at that repo and do a thorough review on it. Compare it to our other SDKs. And I gave it a
mhm.
couple of examples of those, and it found some things that it suggested to fix, and then fixed them and opened a PR, and that was pretty sweet.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I really like
Um,
that. That's one thing that I did ask Simon Willison, by the way, when I when I was chatting with him, because I heard him on Lenny's podcast talk about how he only uses the cloud environments for
yeah,
Claude, and like he had really good reasons for that, mostly like security related, and it's
yep,
easy to just walk away and control it all from your phone. Super cool, good idea. And I asked him if he'd tried Claude Tag yet, and he hadn't. But granted, it's only been out for like a week, so
right.
um, yeah.
This one's been a big deal, I think, mostly because it's probably so obviously Claude desktop app, Claude Cowork was a step towards non-developers having access to tools and being able to do things in a in a wider range.
Hmm.
Tag is like the first step to where okay, you're not in a purpose-built tool. You're not in Cowork or you're not in Claude Code, right? And I think the bigger thing here is Cowork, you were definitely still limited in what you could and couldn't do.
Yeah.
Um, it was very much sandboxed, and you had to hook everything up, and in some cases you couldn't get I couldn't get the access I wanted. So this is a case where anybody in the company you doesn't have to have Cloud Code or anything could literally have a conversation in Slack, and it could have the resources it needed to go and implement a feature, right? So I think this is a big deal. I think a lot of the at least some of the pushback I've seen is okay. I mean, yeah, but now you're kind of you're even more vendor locked, right? In the sense
Hmm.
of this is all going to work on Claude Anthropic models, et cetera. If you wanted to try and manage token usage and do certain things on, GLM 5.2 or whatever, you're just not going to have the control to be able to do that. So, and there's
Hmm.
companies that have already built out these types of things internally, right? So, and then when they have the ability to control their token usage or which models they're using for inference and all those types of things. So, I think this is a huge deal. I think it's going to be a really popular thing, but man, this is a huge vendor lock in.
Yeah, for sure. Which I mean, that's what they want for
Oh
sure.
yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like that is one of the perks of using something like Devin is that you can switch the models, and
Right,
ultimately we'll probably have more control. Like I always think of these things as like it's what the like most people might use because it's built in if they're like diehards on Claude Code. Um, but like the third party tools are always going to be the ones that differentiate themselves by giving you more customizability or features that are like the granular features that you want to specifically do more advanced work or more advanced workflows in this case.
right. Have you looked at all at Z code?
Nope, don't. I never heard of it.
It's the new it's essentially the Claude code for the GLM 5.2 the Z.ai model. It's just a new harness.
Mm, no, I have
Hmm.
not.
I haven't either. I was just it's something that popped up that's new.
Mhm.
I haven't tried like I really wish the hardware issue wasn't going on because I would love to have the ability to run some of these models locally, but
Yep.
man, you just need way too much hardware for it now.
Oh my god. I hope you bought
No, I didn't.
a new Mac before they increased.
I bought my daughter a new Mac before it did, thank God, but
Oh,
I did
good.
not buy myself a new Mac before they increased.
I cannot believe how much they've gone up, and they'll never go back down again.
Nope.
Oh my god. Uh,
I would be flabbergasted if they ever drop the price again, but
no,
yeah, I
they
don't think
never
they will.
will. Which, whatever, it is what it is. Um, I will say more than ever before. I have a friend who has a framework laptop, I think,
Yep.
and more than ever, I am like hearing that that voice calling me to Linux.
I don't mind using Linux for most things, but man, it's such a pain to run a desktop. At least the last time I tried, and I feel like I try at least once a year. Maybe not that often.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, oh, I'm going to give it a try to see if I could switch. Right. I mean, the reality of it is it's not going to solve your problem because the memory's still super expensive.
Sure, sure.
And to be fair, like the thing that sucks the most about, and I get why you can't, but like it's it's hard. You can't upgrade a Mac hardware once you've got it.
Yeah. I don't know if it's something going on, but like if it's something weird in my setup, which my setup is very customized, right? I run aerospace and all these weird things, and
Yep.
uh but I'm also running like usually over 13 agents at a time, like 13 Claude Code or Pi or Codex sessions, like
Hmm.
simultaneously. And I don't know, maybe I'm expecting too much, but like my computer's hovering in the ways that like Google Chrome used to make it hover back in the day. It's just not
Yeah.
great.
I don't know.
Um,
I will say if I have only put the 27 beta OS on my iPad, and it's pretty amazing.
is it?
Like they're fixing a lot of stuff in
Hmm.
the sense of, when the M1s first came out and you used Mac OS on it, it was like night and day. It's not that good, but it's close in the sense of I just put it on my iPad and I can already tell there's a huge difference on my iPad in the sense of things don't feel like they were, slowly things were getting slow again, and it feels like it's sped up
Hmm.
again.
Okay.
So I'm hoping that's going to be the case with Mac OS 27.
Yeah. Hopefully,
But
I won't put a beta on my computer,
I'm
but
not. Yeah, I'm not. I did. I don't have a Mac machine where I feel comfortable putting a beta on it. I could
yeah.
potentially do it on my personal laptop, but I still do so much on it that I just feel like it would suck if it were not in a good state.
Yeah.
Although I have been running a lot of things remotely on my Mac Studio and then just using that as a driver
Hmm.
to log into it. So maybe I'll give it a try. We'll see.
Yeah, I could see that potentially. I'm also doing a lot of that, but it's mostly through Hermes. I've got a Hermes bot running, which I might switch back to Claw to what's that other one? OpenClaw?
OpenClaw.
I don't know. Just playing around. I'm
Yeah.
not. I don't. I want to trust it more with things, and I don't trust either of them right now. Um, just too much. But there is another thing I wanted to talk about, and that is something that I was complaining about MCP while I
Mhm.
was at the conference, and specifically something that I want to do. And our friend Dustin actually gave me a great idea to try, and
Oh,
it was
yeah?
awesome. It's not quite there yet, but it will be, I think. So here's my problem: when you create an MCP server,
Yep.
that is a push only, or no, a pull only thing, right? That MCP server can only, like, Claude can request things and it can
but
pull
it's
things in. Yeah, but if I had, outside of the conversation, if I had something that I wanted to bring back into the conversation, like a push event,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, it doesn't support that. And I was only half right. It does support that. In the
Okay.
MCP spec, it's called notifications, I think.
I
But
would assume it only works on like the HTTP transport, not the standard in and out, but I may
no.
be wrong.
Well, it does work. I tried it. I tried this specifically. Claude calls them channels. And it's very misleading, the docs, I think. And maybe I don't fully understand it, but I ran some quick script, like a smoke test to check it. Because it's like, you read this and it's like, oh, it's specifically talking about like these channels, like Telegram, Discord, and iMessage.
Right.
But this is a way for you to like push to a channel, and then your running Claude session can receive that
Can
notification.
receive that notification. Okay,
And
I
then,
see.
yeah. I just like curled to it. I had a server running and I curled to it and it picked it up and it ran and it did work. But
That's
there's
cool.
caveats to it. And so let me explain what I'm doing. I have that tool called DAD.
Yep.
This tool. This tool. And it is for like doing PR reviews.
Yep.
I wanted to add like an ongoing feature thing. Like I'm calling it Dead Watch, but like a way to watch what's going on as I'm building, as like Claude is building the code.
Yeah.
I want to keep up in a better way, because it used to be that I would like try and follow along with like the diffs as they're flashing by. If you're using like workflows and stuff, you don't even see that anymore. You can't keep up. So
Right.
just goes away. And so I wanted this to be like a way that I could keep up with it, and it would like help me understand that. And like the whole thing with this is like it has this ability. I don't think I have examples in this website, but it has this ability like in GitHub, where I can like select lines and then comment, and it puts that as a comment on the PR. Well, when I'm running in like that watch mode, I don't have a PR yet, but I still wanted to be able to add comments, and I wanted those comments to go back to Claude. So I could like highlight lines and be like, why did you do this? Let's not do that. Let's change it to this. And like have very like line level discussions with Claude about it.
Yeah.
And so I wanted a way to push those comments back to Claude. And I've seen other tools do this. I think Hunk is one that has something like this. It's like a terminal diff viewer, and you can do comments like that here.
Yeah.
And I think what it does is it like puts it on your clipboard, and then you can paste that back into Claude, which is it sure is a way to do it, but it's not the most ergonomic way to do it. And so I wanted the most ergonomic way to do it. And I think that channels are the answer to that. But you can see right here, they're in research preview. They require an Anthropic authentication through Claude AI, and are not available on Bedrock, blah, blah, blah. And you must explicitly enable them.
How new are these? Because it says it requires 2.1.2. Oh, okay.
1.80, and we're at like 197.
So yeah, I was thinking. I was
while.
thinking we were at like 180. So this has been around for a little while.
Yeah. I tried it and it did work, but I had to like enable like debug channels locally.
Yeah.
And so like I had to start Claude, and you have to, every instance where I'm using this, I would have to start Claude with a special flag that would allow it to
accept even
accept
enable it in the config. Okay.
No. I mean, maybe you can. Maybe that's like where this, like maybe I'm running it in a debug mode. I honestly did it like while I was at the conference booth and didn't I wasn't super paying attention to it. But it did work, and that's pretty cool. The only downside, is that you have to explicitly enable it right now, like this.
Man, I'm just thinking about you're just talking about worrying about security.
Yeah.
Like this seems like, go ahead and let's go ahead and have that channel open so something can just send stuff into my cloud.
Yeah. No problems there. But it does work, and I'm hopeful that like it'll soon-ish be like a solution for like pushing things in.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that yeah, this is absolutely cool because and I think Tidewave does something similar to this. Maybe they don't, because Tidewave has essentially that code review view
Hmm.
within it as it's changing things. And I do think you can go in and say, "Oh yeah, I accept that," or you can be like, "No, I want you to change this," and then I think it just queues it up to the messages that it's sending to
Hmm.
Claude. So I don't know if it's using this, but it had a similar workflow, and I get that totally makes sense, and I think it's super important.
Hmm.
Um, I I think it's important for a certain group of people. I think there's definitely a group of people out there like, "You look at the code?" Like, I don't look at the code until it's either done or I didn't look at the code at all, right? That's
Yeah.
there it's scary. It's definitely getting to that point. But what I was trying to get at is these things are outrunning the security around them so much. Like, MCPs are still not even close to being like secure in the manner of you're like, yeah, I mean, sure, I trust this, and then who knows what the hell it's doing type of stuff. I mean, it's getting better, and there's a lot of work on it, but yeah, these things definitely run way faster than any kind of security around them.
Hmm.
But this is a cool idea, and I think having it in DiffDad would be pretty awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm excited for the future. I've got like a branch where the dad tool runs as like a daemon in the background, and
Yeah,
um it's much more, it gives you like a dashboard and stuff. It's way more capable.
yeah,
And I wanted to build this in too, but well, might I might pull that part out and just kind of like think on it a little bit more.
yeah. You should think like if it's all self-contained, then maybe and you're not exposing anything, then that's probably fine.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's when it's like, "Oh, dad's a hosted thing, and it's over here, and it's trying to do that." That would be a little bit scarier
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. But pretty cool. Pretty cool that thing, like, I don't know, that it's getting more interesting.
Yeah.
um and I think that
Everything
that's
changes
needed.
so fast.
I know.
It's just yeah.
Everything is moving so fast. I'm tired. I'm so tired, John.
I know, man. You should go get some sleep.
I started wearing a Whoop band
Yeah.
in addition to an Apple Watch.
Do you wear the loop one more like, do you which one do you track sleep with?
Both.
Both? Oh, okay.
Yeah. The cool thing about the Whoop band is I actually, like, I've had it for about a week. But this is the charger for it.
Okay.
And so when I want to charge it, you just slide it on and now it's charging. And so you can
Oh,
literally
okay.
keep it going. And then that has a USB plug in it. So you can
Yeah, it's like your
charge the
AirPod
charger.
case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's cool because then you literally never have to take it off and
Yeah.
I can just be
Yeah.
here. You can even shower with the charger on and stuff, it says. So like
Okay.
totally fine. um like I kind of like that idea, like, or that design, right? I
Yeah,
literally
yeah.
never have to take this stupid thing off.
The thing I just don't like the fact that you have to pay, like, an ongoing service fee for it.
Yeah. And I'm stupid. I bought like the 2 year in advance plan, so
That's
I
not
won't pay for
stupid.
another 2 years. It was cheapest.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna do it, then you're doing it the right way.
Yeah. But it's like, I haven't had it long enough for it to give me like the health span and tell me that I'm gonna die in like a year.
Right.
But
So you're gonna die in a year, so this
yeah.
was a net positive for us.
You have to wear it for like 3 weeks or something before it'll
Oh,
give you
really?
that. Yeah. Um, and so I've got like, I don't know, 10 more days, 20, 11 more days, something like that. But it does tell you like live stress levels and, it gives you like a recovery score and a sleep score and all of that. And my recovery yesterday was down to like 17% because just because of travel and the conference and
Yeah.
like go to the World Cup and all this, like I have not had good sleep. I didn't get home until 2:30 last night, and
Yeah, that's
it's
crazy.
been fun. But I did see someone post on Twitter that that you can like apparently get the data from this, and so they connected it to their Google Calendar, their
Yeah.
work calendar, and then they had like a terminal dashboard that showed them which of their coworkers gave them the most stress throughout the day.
That's nice.
Yeah, Totally want that.
Man, I should not wear one of those things.
I was gonna say that's why I brought it up, because I'm like, John, powering you with that kind of data would be kind of hilarious.
Oh Lord, yeah, that would not be good. Cool, dude. Well, it was great talking to you. I'm glad we got a chance again.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you go get some sleep because you were up too late.
Sounds good. It was great chatting with you, and I'll see you next week.
All right, later, man.